Hello, class of 2020, and congratulations. It is an honor as last year's senior chief to introduce this year's nominees for the Chief and Chieftain Awards. Each year, Bigfoot High School typically presents 3 or 4 students the Chieftain Award and 1 student the Senior Chief Award. In both cases, these students are actively involved in the Bigfoot community. They have contributed in the classroom, on the field of competition, and in co-curricular activities. These students are leaders, volunteers, team captains, and club or class officers. They lead by example and represent commendable character. When we speak of these students, we use adjectives such as honorable, integrity, responsible, reliable, and empathetic. Not only are they excellent students, but they are also good people. They make Bigfoot special. The criteria for the Chieftain Award are as follows. The nominee must be a Bigfoot High School student. He or she must be nominated by a faculty member or administrator. The nominee must receive a quota vote of the faculty and administrators. As it is an honor to be nominated, we would like to recognize all senior chieftain nominees now. This year's 21 nominees for the Chieftain Award are as follows. Kaylee Baxter, Sydney Bender, McKinley Boyle, Dorothy Carpenter, Reagan Courier, Tanya Garnica, Melissa Conkle, Viola Larson, Faith Long, Jeffrey Martin, John McHugh, Enrique Mondragon, Kyle Navin, Hannah Palmer, Lindsay Paulson, Delilah Payton, Olivia Peterson, Dayanara Retanera, Taylor Ritchie, Maya Torres, and William Fullmer. Congratulations to these 21 seniors for being nominated. In addition, as the Senior Chief is the most prestigious award, we would like to take a special moment to recognize the 7 seniors who were nominated for the Senior Chief Award. The criteria for Senior Chief are as follows. The nominee must be a graduating senior and in the top 25% of their class. He or she must be nominated by a faculty member or administrator. The nominee must receive a majority vote of the faculty and administrators. Again, as it is an honor to be nominated, we would like to recognize all Senior Chief nominees now. This year's 7 nominees are Dorothy Carpenter, Tanya Garnica, Jeffrey Martin, John McHugh, Lindsay Paulson, Maya Torres, and William Fullmer. Congratulations to these 7 seniors for being nominated for this prestigious honor. And now we would like to announce our chieftains and senior chief. At this time, I would like to call upon Mr. Mike Dowden to present the first Chieftain Award.
Thanks, Molly. I want to be just like her. These are strong words when spoken by anyone, but they are very powerful when spoken from a freshman about a senior. It doesn't surprise me, however, that they were used to describe one of this year's recipients. On the volleyball court, we have all seen her grow from a quiet freshman who was unsure of herself to a dominating senior who wanted the ball. She led by example in terms of how hard to play, how to act on the floor, and how to represent and respect our school at all times. In addition, I have seen her stay after practice to improve her basketball shooting, or come early to school to work on her math and English. My favorite part, however, is she does all of this without being asked or seeking accolades. Her standard for herself is higher than anyone's standard for her. Talking about her success as a student athlete, however, does not do her justice. I've been more impressed with her honesty, kindness, generosity, and her capacity to care for all. Her unwavering character and ability to build relationships with all types of people is truly remarkable. Whether I watched her talk to a friend in need, sit by a new student at lunch, help an elderly person find a seat, or coach a group of first graders on the basketball court, she was always genuine and loving. When I would tell Lindsay Paulson I was amazed at how she was as a person, she used to say to me, "It's no big deal, Coach. I just try to treat others as I want to be treated, be nice to all, and work hard in everything I do. I don't think that is anything special." To me, this is my favorite part about Lindsay. She doesn't know her greatness. She does not know that her teachers and coaches marvel about her work ethic and character. She does not know that I not only hire her as a professional teacher right now, but I also put my daughters in her class and watch her take them to new heights. Most importantly, however, she does not know that her peers admire her. To finish, I will tell you one more story about Lindsay. After watching Lindsay and her father sing the national anthem before a volleyball game this past fall, I overheard a freshman volleyball player say, "She can sing and dance, She's athletic, she's smart, and she's genuinely nice. Is there anything she can't do? Lindsay Paulson is awesome. I want to be just like her. I don't think I could have said it any better myself. Congratulations to one of the 2019-2020 Chieftains, Lindsay Paulson.
Welcome, Bigfoot community, to our Zoom meeting for pre-calc and logarithms. Just kidding. You're probably zoomed out just like me. If your house is anything like mine, we've had Zoom meetings for math and music lessons and dance lessons, not all for me. But anyway, welcome. I'm honored to be presenting a Chieftain Award to one of the members of the class of 2020. I wanted to take a second and thank the class of 2020 for all that you've done for Bigfoot. I know it's kind of an odd end to your senior career, one that we'll talk about probably forever, but don't let that steal the celebration of everything you've done. Also want to thank the nominees. This was by far the strongest Chief and Chieftain nomination class that I've seen in my years here at Bigfoot. The Zoom meeting last week with the teachers, told you there were too many, was filled with all of your amazing accolades, and the teachers just went on and on and on because you've done so many great things. I don't know where you find the time or the energy to do everything and do it all so well, so thank you to all. The award winner that I'm presenting to today, one word came over and over in my mind as I thought about her, and that was strength. She was strong in the classroom, strong in the fields of competition, strong in clubs and sports and organizations and leading cheers at football games, strong in the hallways, strong character, strong morals, lived her life to the line that she thought she needed to, and really stuck to her guns on that. One of the teachers in the Zoom meeting said it best when she said, this young lady didn't just talk the talk, she walked the walk that went along with it. And that really stood out to me, and I thought that described this award winner to the T. She was a solid, strong friend for people that needed strong friends, not because it was, the popular thing or going to help her in her social standing. She was friends with people and did things because it was the right thing to do, and I thought she did that for all 4 years of her career. She just did the next right thing. Frozen 2 reference for those of you that are quarantined with a couple ladies that love Frozen like I am around here. Go Team Olaf. Anyway, you might know who I'm already speaking of, and if you don't, probably the best hint I can give you is that she has probably the best last name in the history of last names. If that doesn't give it away, nothing will. So I'll just go ahead and tell you. Very proud to be presenting a Chieftain Award to Miss Hannah Palmer. Hold your applause. Mr. Rail said I got 3 minutes, time's ticking. Hannah, you've done amazing things at Bigfoot. I appreciate your tenacity and your determination and your laser focus on what you want out of life. I felt like you were never building a resume or chasing grades here at Bigfoot. I felt like you were focused on your career, on the things you're going for, on how you want to live your life, and you always made sure that your actions were congruent with your belief system, and I appreciated that. Your announcements with Jeff, shout out to Jeff, another very deserving nominee here, made a jacked looking guest on too, not crick jacked, but getting close. Year two's announcements were awesome. They were zany and quirky and fun and charismatic and entertaining. And I think that kind of summed up what I really enjoyed, and I think why the staff voted you into this award, because you were you, and you made Bigfoot a better place. Another teacher in the Zoom said it also very well when she said if there was a Miss Bigfoot competition, Hannah Palmer would win. And I agree. I think I would have called it the Miss Trubisky competition, and maybe only you or I remember or know what that's about. Well, probably Mr. Boucher too, but that's because he's such a huge Bears fan. False. But Hannah, thank you. You were a ray of light, a guiding force, a role model for the younger students there at Bigfoot, and I think you made Bigfoot a better place to be, and I appreciate you for that. Well, I think that does it for this week's episode of Palmer Giving Awards to Palmers. Tune in next week. False. I won't be here. Bigfoot community, nice to see you. Hope all is well. Be good. Palmer out.
Honey, when's that next Zoom meeting?
Determined,
Creative,
strong-willed,
compassionate,
talented.
brilliant.
These are just a few words that describe the chieftain we are honored to speak about today. This chieftain has done so much for our school, our community, and for us. He has changed how we see the world, and he makes it a better place.
It's no secret that we love this chieftain as one of our own. He has changed not only our lives, but the lives of those we love most, and we feel so lucky that he decided to come to Bigfoot 4 years ago except for those few hours that he transferred to Badger before realizing he had made a horrible mistake.
If you haven't guessed yet, the chieftain we are honoring tonight is Mr. William Fullmer. Will has been a part of our daily lives for the last 4 years and will forever be part of our families.
Will has an extraordinary mind. He comprehends and analyzes information at an incredible speed. His brain works in a completely different way than anyone else we have ever met. However, the most impressive part of it all is that Will is always trying to find something new to learn. For example, in middle school, Will saw a YouTube video of a piano player and decided he could learn how to play the piano. Fast forward just 2 years, and Will was earning a spot in the Bigfoot Jazz Band and trips to state solo ensembles. In addition to numerous appearances at the state level, this year Will was named the winner of the Young Artist Competition and was the featured soloist for the Lake Geneva Symphony this past fall.
It's also no secret that as student council advisors, we love homecoming, like really love homecoming. And for the last 2 years, as student council president, Will has put his heart and soul into making the week's events the absolute best he could for his fellow classmates. Never complaining about the time commitment or the irritability of his 2 very tired advisors, he offered up new and innovative ideas instead of just sticking with the status quo. His school spirit and dedication to Bigfoot High School is unmatched and irreplaceable.
Everyone knows the Will Vollmer who runs laps around the school, organizing activities, starring in school productions, and achieving the highest of grades. And while these are admirable qualities, what sets Will apart from his peers is his empathy and his kindness. He is someone that is constantly worried about others' well-being, even while he himself is facing enormous personal challenges. Will believes that everyone has a unique story to tell and goes out of his way to learn about others in the most sincere way. Will is the kind of guy you want in your corner.
In a recent interview with Troy McDonald of Generation Now, Will was asked what advice he would give to his younger self. His advice was wise beyond his years. Will stated, "Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about, so be kind always." Will lives and breathes this mantra by the way he treats everyone. Will doesn't make you work to earn his respect. He believes everyone is equal and all humans are deserving of respect, no matter the circumstances of their lives.
It is our absolute pleasure to give one of this year's Chieftain Awards to William Vollmer. We love you. We are so proud of the young man that you have become. We can hardly wait to see how you are going to change the world. You already make it a better place just by being in it.
While I have only been a teacher at Bigfoot for 1 year, I feel very fortunate to have gotten quite close to this senior class. They all know that they hold a special place in my heart. Within my first couple of days at school, I soon came to realize that this particular student was a natural-born leader in the classroom. When I think of this student, I think of 3 qualities: passionate, driven, and caring. Some people only find one passion in life, but this student has found many causes here at Bigfoot. She participated in drama club, vocal jazz, jazz band, FFA, and yearbook, just to name a few. Despite being very involved, you would never have to worry about deadlines with this student. I was impressed how quickly she learned her lines in the musical, gave a beautiful performance, slight pun intended, and then immediately turned the gears around the following Saturday to be a part of 2 state qualifying solos and 3 state qualifying ensembles, all without skipping a beat in her classes. The student's drive is beyond her years. She is intent with every action she makes. She fights for what she believes in and always stands up for what she thinks is right. That's something that adults often struggle with, and I admire her ability to do so. Whether it is learning how to waltz or figuring out a math problem, if this student sets her mind to it, it will be done. Finally, this student puts her heart into everything she does. She never does anything halfway. She put in extra time helping to paint sets during the musical and often did not leave rehearsal until the last person left. All of the words in this year's yearbook were either written or edited by her. These are just a few of examples of how much this student loves Bigfoot and this community. As certain as the sun rises in the east, I am positive that this student will continue to do amazing things in the future. It is my privilege to announce that Melissa Conkle will be a recipient of this year's Chieftain Award. Congrats, Melissa!
Hi, I'm Neil Raskin, band director here at Bigfoot High School. Our senior chief this year is a student who has checked all of the boxes in his high school career. Academically, he's worked diligently and earned good marks through all of his coursework, including several AP courses. Musically, he's expressed himself in ways that are on par with professional musicians. And as a Bigfoot chief, he has always shown his school spirit and supported his classmates in the classroom, on the field, and on the court. The class of 2020 senior chief has been an outstanding student, a great musician, and shown relentless school spirit. But most importantly, he's a phenomenal human being. He is the type of person that I want my kids to grow up to be like. Jeffrey Martin is kind, humble, funny, and has a huge heart. Jeff naturally looks out for his peers. He uses tact when he's aware of something that others aren't in order to preserve friendships and build relationships with his classmates. Jeff gives of himself to help others in order to elevate the whole. He asks, how can we get better? And is never thinking, how do I look? Though his role in the musical this past year as Gaston might have you thinking otherwise. Perseverance and grit are two qualities that contribute to Jeff's success and respect amongst our faculty and his peers. Starting his high school career as a dedicated and hardworking athlete, Jeff competed for the soccer team and ran track his freshman and sophomore years. He was planning on improving his skills and honing his abilities throughout his high school career. Then, when he sustained a third and brutal concussion, he had to put his aspirations to be a competitive athlete aside. However, Jeff did not wallow. He shifted his focus and efforts to another passion of his, music. For Jeff, his freshman year was full of the typical challenges faced by many, along with some struggles that few students encounter. Jeff entered high school as a pretty good saxophone player, and he, along with several other students from Reek School, successfully auditioned into our jazz band as incoming freshmen. And this meant playing on a single part in a section made up of all upperclassmen. Despite the high stakes of his position, Jeff persevered and discovered that he had a knack for both music and leadership. From then on, he worked at developing his musicianship, earning trips to state solo ensemble for his saxophone solos and piano solos, and he helped propel our jazz band to state in both his junior and senior years. Jeff has truly performed for the world, and he was instrumental in our band's success on our trips to New York City in 2017 and New Orleans in 2019. During Jeff's time in high school, he has helped me become a better teacher. He helped me to reflect on my teaching by talking with me about rehearsals and performances. He asked questions about conducting and how to help others get better. He inspired me to really dig deep and think about the best ways to direct a band. At times, when I was pulled in another direction to answer a phone call or help an individual student, Jeff would step up and lead the jazz band in rehearsal. We didn't plan these things. He just saw that I was busy and there was an opportunity for him to help the band get better. So he found a way to help by leading his peers, and he did so with poise and by involving everyone in the process. This leadership skill set is rare, and I know that it is a natural part of who he is, and it will certainly make him a successful leader in life. My teaching career will forever be changed for the better because of Jeff Martin. He is the best. He is the kindest. He is the most hardworking and level-headed student I have had the privilege of teaching. I hope that my colleagues can all teach a student like Jeff, for if throughout an entire career of teaching, they could play only a small role in the life of a student like Jeffrey, they will know that their entire career was worth it. Congratulations to the Bigfoot High School Senior Chief, Jeff Martin. Thank you and best wishes.